Welcome to the Oregon Fly Fishing Blog. We are going to tie a purple flashback pheasant tail nymph beadhead. So that's a mouthful. Purple's all the rage. Lots of purple stuff out there. Let's adapt it. We're going to cut off a little pheasant tail here. With pheasant tail, you want to pull the fibers straight out, then cut them while you're pinching in order to line up the tips. Little tip there for you. I will tie a nice little, fairly little nice tail on there. There we go. And then I'm going to come back. Let's get this down on the shank where I want it. There we go. That's better. Now we need a little fine copper wire, which I drug out here a bit ago, and that'll be our rib. Now, why purple? Oh, boy, that's a good question. I really don't know. For some reason, it's kind of a catch-all color. I don't know why, but this pattern is an adaptation, and I have fished it a little bit, and it does work pretty darn well. So I got some pheasant tail in the back for the body. And I'm just going to bring this around, try not to break it, which I'm sure I will at some point. I'm just going to work that up through there nice and easy like. I want to leave enough room for my thorax, of course. So I'll tie that off right there. Clip it. Little copper rib coming up through to segment that body. Oof, looks good. Okay. So we've gotten that far. Let's see where we are for dimensions. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Okay, so now we need some medallion sheeting. Here's a little mottled brown here. The nice thing about this stuff is when you use your clear goo on it, it sticks to it pretty well, and it gives it a nice foundation. We're also going to need ourselves a piece of, and you can just grab it and tear it or cut it. I like to actually cut and then just grab it and slide down until I get the desired width that I'm going for. And that's about right for this fly. So now I need a little pearl flashaboo for the wing case. I'm going to tie that in on the top of the fly, you know, to give that classic bubble on the top. Okay. And then we got purple dyed peacock herl. Now look at that stuff. Woof. I mean, it really glows. And maybe that's why they eat these flies so well. You know, it's I'm going to take 4 fibers of this, cut the tips off and tie those in, make a loop. Okay, now I've got that in there. I'm going to get my hackle tips in position, or my pheasant tail tips in position. I'm going to just grab a little clump of these off. And I'm going to lay them up front here and just tie them in. Kind of get them off to the side and where I want them. Doesn't matter too much because I'm going to end up on length and stuff because I'm going to end up clipping them, but I just want them in position here when I get to that point. Okay, so now I've got that in position. You got a preview of what those wings or legs will look like. So now I'm going to take my peacock curl and my thread, and I am going to gather these together. I'm going to make one half wrap around, and then I will grab it with my hackle pliers and spin this. Boy, that stuff looks good on there. And I like to build up a fairly decent thorax, probably more than you need. So I'll tie that off, and I'm trying not to get my little legs involved here. So now I'm going to kind of bring those legs down into position, getting them evenly on each side. Okay. Then I will bring over my wing case, tie it off, bring over my bubble, my little piece of mylar, tie it off, bring this back, make some wraps in front. And then I will trim that tight. And then I'm going to take just a couple strands, just 2 strands of this purple peacock curl, and I'll tie this in just to clean up that little spot behind. Okay, and I'm just going to take this, and I guess I'm going to have to grab with my hackle pliers because it doesn't want to cooperate. I'm going to use my hackle pliers here. Half wrap around. Okay. And then I'm going to whip finish this off. And then I'm going to take my clear goo, and this is a thick, we'll just apply a little bit of, just a little dab will do us here, I think. Okay, so I got just a little bit coming out. I'm just going to come in here, dab that on. And this is just a thin non-tack. And then I'm going to grab my UV light, make sure that this is all settled in nice, hit it with my UV light, and you have a purple pheasant tail flashback.